Hi guys, it's Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner. I want to welcome you to the Debbie J and Neha's birthday celebration hop. Neha and I have teamed up to put together this hop to showcase a bunch of birthday celebration theme projects to hopefully inspire you to create some of your own. I hope you find each project that you see today as inspirational as the next. At the top of the description box, you'll see a link to the next person in the lineup. I hope you take time to watch all the hop videos because we love your comments and thumbs up. If you aren't already a subscriber, I hope you consider subscribing and click on that little bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Some of us might be offering prizes on our channel, so be sure to pay close attention to those details. Also, we have some amazing sponsors, and we're going to be drawing a prize for each of those out of all of the folks that watched and commented on all hop videos. Be sure to check down in the description for all of the details. In the meantime, here's a quick look at all of the sponsors that we have set up for this hop. I'm really wanting to use up a bunch of my pattern paper, so one of the things I'm trying to do with most of my cards now is go through my pattern paper stash and see what I've got. Got this one sheet of pattern paper. I don't know where I got it, probably from one of the stamping magazines, and I'm using this piece that's stripes, but I also just got in, thank you to my hubby, I just got in some lunar paste, so I wanted to try them out. This is the first card that I'm using these on, so they're brand new containers. I've never used them before. However, I did watch a couple of videos on how some different ways you can use them, and I discovered you can use a blending foam. So I am stenciling out just some little circles all over this striped panel. And to me, it kind of looks like confetti. I went over it first with the Slippery When Wet, and then I'm going to go in with Bee Sting. So now I'm going to have some yellow and red confetti. And because I'm using that blending foam, it's kind of translucent, so it really looks like falling confetti. One thing I did do when I'm putting away each of those blending foams, though, is I'm using some Crescent Seal, so hopefully it won't dry. The paint-ish, whatever that stuff is, doesn't really solidify too much on it. And I'm also going ahead and using some of that gorgeous lunar paste on some paper to create my own pattern paper because I want to do a little die cutting out of it. The set of dies that I'm using for this project are from a couple of different die sets from Spellbinders. They are basically affiliated with the Add to Cart set. So I think I'm using one that is the Christmas add-on and then one that's the party add-on. And you see here, I'm wrapping that extra piece back up in that Crescent Seal to try to keep it moist so it doesn't dry out. Now, since this panel is dry, and it does dry pretty quickly, I'm going to go ahead and start cutting out some things. I've got at the first part, this is a little bottle of champagne that is in that party set. And so I cut out the bottle and I cut out the liquid that's going to go in my glasses. Basically going to cut out a bunch of pieces that are going to create the perfect party. Now that most everything is cut out, I'm going ahead and getting those pretty much arranged on my panel and decided, you know, I kind of want these little birthday banner things too. So I'm cutting out a couple of those out of some white cardstock. Then I'm planning on putting all of the little flags on. Only thing is, I could not find the die that is in this set that cuts out all those little triangles. So I used the same die and I'm cutting it out of some of that shimmery red and shimmery yellow gold paper that I still have left over, and I decided to go ahead and cut out one of the shoes. Again, this is from one of those extra packs. I absolutely love these sets. And now I am going to cut out each of those little triangles out of the new banners and adhere them down to the original banner. Now, if I still could find, and I haven't found it yet, it's been over a week and I have not found the die. If I have the die, it automatically cuts out, like, I think 3 or 4 of the little triangles, so all you'd really need to do is cut it out a couple of times and I wouldn't have wasted nearly as much paper or as much time having to cut out each of the individual pieces. But if you lose the die, you can still cut out the pieces that you need to make your colorful banner. That red high heel shoe is just too fun, so I'm going to have it kind of poking out one of the gift boxes. So I'm just adhering those pieces together, and then I'm going to position it on my card panel and say, about how I want those presents to be stacked. Now I'll go ahead and start adhering those guys down. Some I want to have popped up and some I'm going to have lay flat. So this one at the bottom, I'm putting one layer of foam tape on the back of that. So it's going to somewhat cover up one of the higher boxes, I guess, in the stack. So it's kind of because I want that lid to be in front. And then the second one that's going to be on the bottom, I'm going to put it up on 2 layers of foam tape so it's a little bit in front of that other box too. So pretty much for most of this, I am just varying the layers of how many layers of foam tape I'm using so I get different variations of dimension on there. Some of the things I'm putting in the back flat on the cardstock, like the bottle and the glasses. And those presents, though, of course, in my mind, those needed to be a little bit dimensional. Now that I've got all of those pieces on there, I'm going to start putting on the little banner, and I want it to kind of drape across the corner on one side, so I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down. So for one of the only times that I've done this, I've cut out extra like I always do, but this time I'm trying to actually use up everything just because all of these little pieces are so fun. So I added a couple more glasses of champagne down on having them resting on a couple of those boxes, and I'm adhering this second banner across so it's kind of draped across. This to me just looks like a really cool party. One of the boxes was overhanging, so I went ahead and trimmed that off, and now I'm just going to go ahead and adhere all of that down onto my side folding slimline card base. You probably noticed that I didn't have a sentiment on the front because I've got so much stuff going on. So I am going to go ahead and stamp one on the inside. I added my card piece, my completed card, to my sticky grid so that it's going to hang off the side of my Tim Holtz stamp platform because I got so much dimension on there it would kind of get smushed if I tried to stamp with it in the platform. And I'm going to go ahead and add some of the sentiments from this sentiment stamp set off the top of my head. I don't remember what it is, but I will have it linked down below for you guys. And I'm lining all of these up using a Misty Creative Corners angle piece. So I've got each of the 3 little stamps there pretty much lined up straight, I think. And then I'm going to move my sticky grid so that I've got the outside of the card hanging off the edge. Now, I was a little concerned that sticky grid was going to move, so I'm taping it to my platform so it does not shift, just in case I have to stamp more than one time, which I did. I'm starting off with some Hero Arts Intense Black ink, and I did condition the brand new stamps using some Versamark, thinking that would make these stamp better. So I'm adding, I think, plenty of ink down, but when I stamp it, it doesn't really show up, which means that ink pad is pretty much dry. I tried it a few times and didn't get the result I wanted, so I'm going in with some VersaFine Onyx Black ink and one stamping, and it's perfect. So that is basically going to finish up this card for this hop today. I absolutely love the way that the card turned out, and I'm in love with the lunar paste. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you will check out all the other hoppers in the hop, because I know they'll have some amazing projects for you to see. Here's another video that I know you'll enjoy. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, and remember, if I can make it, you can too. See you next time.